Let me welcome you to Calculus 1, 2, or 3 online. I want to just go over the syllabus with you in this session and to try to explain to you just some basic important uh, things that you need to know about this course. In the syllabus, page 3 would cover the textbook, the current textbook that we're using, and the information pertaining to that. I want to say that the textbook is optional, but it is necessary that you purchase the access code for WebAssign. And when I show you how to get into WebAssign, from there you will be asked, if you don't have an access code, to purchase that online at that website. Page 4, the grading scale, what each assignment would be worth in terms of the homework, the quizzes, and the exams. Pages 4 and 5, just the basic topics for this course, the sections that we will cover, the assignments and their due dates. Now, when you see the assignments and the due dates there on page 5, I'm listing dates, but those dates are simply the deadline dates. So anytime before that time, please feel free to complete such assignments. So the test, its quiz, and associated homework problems all will be due by that date. You can do any of those assignments way before those dates. The final exam will be mandatory. Everyone must take the final exam. The only exceptions will be those who have an A average going into the final. You will be exempt and can be exempt from the final exam. But everyone else, the final exam, according to college policies, is mandatory. Page 6, the testing instructions, whether it's testing or homework instructions. You have unlimited tries on the homework. You only have 2 attempts for the quizzes and 1 attempt for the exam and final exam. You cannot use your textbook or notes for any of the exams. Students can only use a scientific calculator. You cannot use a graphing calculator. On certain tests, and at the end of the syllabus and also in Blackboard, I do list the formulas that can be used for certain exams, so you can only use that formula sheet or those formula sheets for the exam specified. Time restriction. If you're taking the test at home, there is a time restriction. If you're taking the test in the testing center, then there is no time restriction. Why is that? I'm crazy, right? Page 7, the attendance policy. For this class, since it's online, students must, for the first week, complete at least 3 assignments in WebAssign to be considered present. And then from thereafter, each week, students must complete at least 3 assignments to be considered present. If I said absent, please forgive me. You must complete 3 assignments to be considered present. I'm absent right now, right? And then thereafter, I will check the attendance for the previous week, the Monday following, by 10 a.m. And we have to submit that to the college by a certain time. Page 8, just go over some general things: makeup policies, withdrawal, disability policy, and communication. For the makeup policy, I try not to give any makeup exams. The exams, the dates that are in WebAssign and Blackboard are deadline dates. Please don't plan to take your test around that time. Try to plan to take your exam before that time. So if something happens, then at least you have time to go back and take the exam. I will drop one exam, but I will not drop the 6th exam, and I will not drop the final exam unless you've been exempt from the final exam due to an A average before going into the final. The best communication email to catch me on is ernest.williams, and Williams should not be capitalized, but it doesn't matter. It's not case sensitive. ernest.williams@calhoun.edu. Page 8, general information. Page 9, also some more general information and comments by the instructor. You will find in there the locations for the Math Learning Center, whether on the Decatur campus or Huntsville campus. Contact information for WebAssign. WebAssign will be where you will go and do the homework, the quizzes, and the exams. If you have any technical issues, you want to call that number. I also provide a number for Calhoun's IT department. You will call the college's IT department if you have issues in Blackboard, namely integrity, is where we've had in the past people with issues with your computer. General comments further on page 9. When the college is closed, the last date to withdraw, and then the last day of class. Getting started online. The college's IT department, their phone number 256-306-2700. If you have technical issues in Blackboard, integrity, just stated that. All course content is in Blackboard. In my lecture notes and the sample exam reviews are there in Blackboard. All assignments and exams, however, will be in WebAssign. Page 11 is most important. We're trying something different. Before, to go into WebAssign, students were given in my syllabus a course ID. We no longer have course IDs. You would be able to go directly to WebAssign from Blackboard. So there would be an icon, a tab on the left side of your screen in your Blackboard course that will say WebAssign. Click there. That should take you directly into WebAssign. And then from there you can log in for the first time, put in your important information that will be asked of you, and just follow my instructions. On page 11, I try to explain that with that information. Also, if you have not purchased the access code, there are instructions also on page 11 for that. The access code that you want to purchase should be the one that's for the lifetime, so that you can use one access code for Calculus 1, 2, and 3. And it gives you an option to purchase like the single one or the one for multi courses. So you want to purchase the one that you can get more from. All of that information is on page 11. How to get started using WebAssign, logging in through Blackboard. So pages 12 and 13, I give 2 testing options. Pages 12 through 13 talks about in the syllabus if you want to take your exams at home, and then pages 14 and 15 I go over taking your exams at the testing center. So in pages 12 and 13, you want to definitely follow those instructions for testing if you want to test at home. I do prefer everybody to take their tests at home. This is an online class, and I want to be at liberty with that you're welcome to take your exams at home where you have a computer, you have a strong internet connection, and a webcam, because you would have to record yourself taking the test, and you must do that using the Integrity test recording. And I will show you that in just a minute when I go to do the demonstration for Blackboard, Integrity, and WebAssign. I put some passwords on page 13 for those who are taking their test off campus, and all the passwords are associated with something with the Wild Wild West. So if you know anything about that, you'll see it, and it may be funny. Otherwise, it may bore you. Well, please follow the instructions for testing. Most important, there's something that I wanted to say that I think is important. If you have a problem on the test with a problem and you got it wrong, but you think you got it right, there is a button associated with each problem where it says ask my instructor, and I believe that's what it says. Well, there at that tab, you click on that and you can put in there the answer that you think that the problem should have. When you're doing your test and you're recording yourself using Integrity, you must select Start a Test. Do not click on Start a Recording. That will put your test somewhere else. Matter of fact, it will put your test in a public domain, and other people will be able to see that. And I want to try to keep your information private as possible. Again, page 13 lists the passwords. Pages 14 and 15, testing option if you want to take the test at the testing center. On those pages, I talk about where the testing centers are located, whether it's Decatur or Huntsville is your choice. Their hours of operation, and sometimes it may change depending on the semester or the year. So I put the phone numbers there where you can call as well, just to make sure that the times are congenial. Pages 15 through 17, academic integrity. I do not expect anyone to cheat, but I've had issues before. You must, if you're taking your test at home, you must record yourself. If you don't, I will give you a 0. If you record yourself, which you must, if not, you get a 0. But in that recording, I go back and I watch all recordings. If you are cheating, I will give you a 0. I am watching you. So please be true to yourself and be true to the cause. I'm here to teach you, and hopefully you will learn the content, and we will try to have a good time in the process. If you have questions, all means email me. You can email me through Outlook. That's where our emails are now. And the email address, ernest.williams@calhoun.edu. That's probably the quickest and best way to reach me. I will respond to you daily, except on weekends, because I'm at home or at church. You can also email me in Blackboard, but it may take me a little bit longer to get to that. You can also email me in WebAssign. Whatever questions you have concerning mathematics, I will respond. If you ask a question about a problem, I will work the problem out for you and send it back to you. Okay? So whatever questions you have concerning mathematics, ask. And people have asked me other questions too about life and that kind of thing, and whatever I can do to help. I don't know much, but such as I have, I give I thee. The additional pages should be formulas for selected exams. You can, if you're taking the exam at home for that particular exam that has an associated formula sheet, you can use that sheet. If you go to the testing center, they will already have the formula sheets there for you. Okay? Well, I hope I covered most of that. Please take time to read through the syllabus. The information session will include 2 or 3 parts. The part here that I'm covering the syllabus, and then I will come back and go over how to navigate through Blackboard, WebAssign, and then how to do your test recording if you're taking your exams at home. Thank you.